Yesterday, Grayscale once again dumped millions of dollars of Bitcoin on the open market, and this is really causing the Bitcoin price action to have a significant downturn. And on today's video, I will talk about what this will mean for the upcoming days for the Bitcoin price action. I will talk about the price action, what we're currently seeing on the market, this massive dump we had yesterday, and right now we're seeing a small little recovery, and many more important charts that are going to tell us about where do I think Bitcoin is going to be heading towards next, and when are we going to get that opportunity to get our trades filled up here. So I will be talking about this and many more important stuff. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap that like button, back up of 1,000 likes. That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term of the Bitcoin price action. So on the imminent short term, we can clearly see Bitcoin broke below that very important red line of support, and after that we saw a slight little move towards the upside. I said Bitcoin is creating another rising wedge pattern. We broke down again, went to 40.2k, just above my price target where I think Bitcoin was ultimately heading towards, and that is of course 39.7k. We'll be talking about that in a second again, why I think so. So yeah, Bitcoin hit 40.2k, and after that saw a significant bounce back towards the upside, and right now is once again trading below that previous support level, and currently this level is acting as resistance. Further on, we can see that of course on the bigger chart here, that 40.6k basically was just a level that provided support for Bitcoin, because yeah, this previous level right here is right now still holding Bitcoin up as support. And if we're zooming in ever so slightly, we can currently see that Bitcoin is retesting that very important level that previously around acted as support, sitting here around 41.8k. Here also we found massive support, and currently we're retesting this level. So yeah, we are actually retesting a quite an important level of resistance, and I just don't think that Bitcoin is easily going to be breaking above it. And right now of course it is weekend, and due to the fact that it is weekend, we cannot see that Grayscale is going to be dumping any Bitcoin, because what literally has been happening ever since the Bitcoin spot ETF went live is that Grayscale has been dumping billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin out of their fund, and so far the volume remains to be the same. It's in about 500 to 600 million US dollars in Bitcoin outflows every single day. But you have to understand that also a lot of those Bitcoins that are getting sold off here are potentially moving to the BlackRock Bitcoin spot ETF, because currently BlackRock owns more than 28,000 Bitcoins just 6 days after this just after 6 days of live trading of that spot Bitcoin ETF, what is of course actually quite massive. And if we're looking at the volumes, the BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF is doing about 400 million US dollars in volume. That is actually placing itself in the top 10 of most volume traded ETFs in the market right now, and that is of course a very interesting thing. And to be very clear, the Grayscale ETF is doing in about $1 billion US dollars in volume every single day, but we're also seeing a lot of transfers and a lot of sells. But you should be looking at the outflows if we're going to be looking at, okay, who's now actually selling, and the outflows are sitting somewhere around 500 to 600 million US dollars worth of assets every single day. And due to that, Bitcoin is also of course getting hurt ever so slightly, and we can currently see that there's a lot of untapped liquidity. And yesterday we actually tapped that liquidity box here I talked about. Yesterday we exactly went down to 40.2k, but my target where I want to be entering Bitcoin was just ever so slightly lower. So what will I be doing? Because I already saw some people tweeting me, Rover, is the bottom right now already in? Because we hit this region and we already went up. But personally, I am that patient trader, guys. I set up my levels. I have been doing my analysis in this entire region. I'm not just gonna FOMO in towards the trade right now here because Bitcoin bounced. I'm just gonna remain to be patient. And honestly, I think that Bitcoin still could go down towards my level, but this is indeed a very good candle in my opinion that potentially is indicating the bottom. But what I want to be seeing for my trade to get the most amount of confluence is basically Bitcoin move down and then consolidate there for a while before then moving back up here, because now there is still of course some more even loose liquidity in the market, convincing me as well that potentially Bitcoin is just still going to be going lower than this point. And of course the targets I've been talking about is 39.7k, and that is the level where I will be opening up my massive Bitcoin long position. 39.7 to 39.5k are two orders where I will be, of course, opening up a massive trade on Bitcoin. So looking at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we can currently actually start to see that after we first were piling up a lot of liquidity below us, we're currently once again piling up a lot of liquidity above us, what means that, of course, there are many short positions active in the market, and that is, of course, generally speaking, a good thing for Bitcoin. But you have to understand that this right now, in terms of liquidity, how much it is, it's still relatively low here. So I'm just going to be waiting to see what the next move is going to be for Bitcoin, and then I'm just going to be looking at the liquidation heat map once there's a significant amount of liquidity piled up in the market again. So if we're looking at Bitcoin on the rising wedge pattern, I call this pattern here on the top side. We just reached our price target sitting around 40.5k, of course, and also this rising wedge pattern, we just reached our price target sitting around 40.5k, and currently Bitcoin is just holding up that support level so far. But I still think that we're going to see a slight move below it, consolidate, and then bounce back towards the upside, because the reason why I'm talking about 39.7k, and let me quickly show you this. So if we're going to go back towards this region for Bitcoin right here, why am I talking about 39.7k? So first of all, you can see here that this level, 39.7k, once Bitcoin broke above this region right here, that was the point where Bitcoin basically went in towards that exponential rally towards the upside, right? And you think, oh, but Rover, this is just a level on the 1 hour time frame. It's such a small level. Why take this level as all your compliments? But you're going to be looking at this level, the 39.7k. You can also clearly see, and let me quickly give you guys some context about where I'm currently looking. So you can see this is the region we're currently trading in. And if we're going to go back all the way to 2022, Bitcoin in this major consolidation range, we saw the Bitcoin drop-off point. And the drop-off point was basically 39.7k because Bitcoin had a double top on this level. And after we created a double top on this level, that was the point where Bitcoin just absolutely got hammered towards the downside. So you call this a drop-off point, and a drop-off point is just such an important level with a lot of confluence in the market. So if I'm just going to be looking at Bitcoin, this is a level no one is paying attention towards, but I do think that this is an important level because first of all, you saw what happened once we broke above it, and more importantly, you saw what it did in 2022, what created that massive drop-off towards the downside. So that is why my orders are set up around 39.7k. Approximately 6.4 Bitcoin are currently set up around that level, and I will add even more once we're going to be reaching that level, of course. So if you want to be trading Bitcoin, make sure to go to BYBIT in the link description, where you can currently claim a $40,000 deposit bonus if you sign up an account using that link below. And without this link, it's only 400. So it's a win-win situation. And on top of that, you could currently claim a free $1,000 trade on BYBIT. And all you need to do for this, yes, all you need to do for it is only deposit $100 in your first 7 days, and you have to sign up an account using the link below. So if you're interested, make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. And if you can't trade using KYC on BYBIT, make sure to check out Fimex, where you can currently get a 10% cashback on everything you're depositing if you use my link in the description of today's video. Further on, we can currently see that on the daily time frame, Bitcoin indeed broke that upward sloping support line, and that is potentially a signal where I should be worrying about. Bitcoin broke this very important trend we've been holding up, and yeah, if we're actually looking at Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame, we have seen the first bearish EMA ribbon cross here in an approximately 112 days, because the last time we had a bullish cross was all the way back here in September 2023, and currently we have seen the first bearish crossover. And on the daily time frame as well, guys, that Bitcoin is actually starting to trade below that daily EMA, and we're potentially having that bearish crossover right here as well. And where I should be also looking closely towards is that super trend indicator on the daily time frame. Currently, Bitcoin is still holding that support, but once we confirming the break below the super trend, that could be, of course, indicating a bigger trend reversal for the Bitcoin price action. But yeah, I will, of course, keep you guys posted about that. Of course, the most important resistance to break is that $47,000 to $48,000 level. Once we clearly break above that level, I think the next bull run is going to be starting. And of course, on the weekly time frame, what we're actually seeing is just another consolidation candle. I mean, on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin has just been going sideways for 6 weeks straight, and it's just a matter of time before we're going to be having that massive breakout. Because on the bigger things of it all, and I mean, if you're also looking at the 4-hourly time frame, this is just one gigantic consolidation phase. It's a large region. It's between $40,000 and $49,000 and approximately 22% region. But to be fair, in the end of it all, it is just a massive reaccumulation phase after we had seen that significant run up towards the upside. So since we've already been trading in this region for such a long period, I don't think we're going to be breaking that much lower, but I said it several times before, 39.7k is going to be my target for Bitcoin. So this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to slap up that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.